Hey! Yo! Let's go. Episode 4. Beat the Best Podcast. I'm your host, Betamax84. We're back again for episode 4. I know you thought I probably was going to quit, but I'm not built like that. And I got to just say, anytime the Niners win, I'm automatically in a better mood. Niners win, I'm in a better mood. It's that simple. We beat the Browns. I'll take it. We've got a cool show today. We have a special guest, one of my closest friends, Sean Watkins, is going to join me for the second segment. We're going to talk about LeBron James today. We're going to talk about the top 5 next-gen players we got coming on. And we're also going to talk about Kenyon Martin versus Draymond Green, old school versus new school tough guys. So that's going to be good. But first, I wish Netflix would sponsor this. Stranger Things is out, guys. Stranger Things is back for the holiday season. They released over the Thanksgiving break. And I got to tell you, I like it. I dig it. I dig what they're doing. And I'm happy they're back. Okay? I do have a few gripes. I do have a few things that are irritating me about it. One is that awful hairstyle they put on my guy. I swear it was like they didn't have a black hairstylist. It's crazy that they would do his hair like that. That doesn't even look like a real high top fade, but maybe that was the motif they were going for. It's so egregious it kind of takes me out of it. And I felt like so far they could have had more things that reminded us of the 80s. So far, it hasn't been that memorable, like that many nostalgic items from the 80s, because I really enjoyed that about Stranger Things, especially in season 1, how nostalgic everything was. You remembered certain things, like certain toys, certain stores, certain things to eat, certain boxes, like all that stuff. I'm nitpicking. The story's good, the writing's good, the acting's great. These kids are not kids anymore. They're adults. Millie Bobby Brown isn't even Millie Bobby Brown anymore. She's a Van Halen. She's not a Van Halen. I'm kidding, guys. But she is married. She's awesome as an actress. And she's going to have a bright career, but she's just not a kid anymore. Got to enjoy these young people now. They're young people. They're not kids. These young people have really built a legacy over 5 seasons. So go out and watch it. Netflix, if you want to give us a shout, that's great. Probably won't happen, but I will take it. Guys, I'm going to get us to the meat and potatoes of the show. We got Sean coming up on the other side of the break. Stick around. Guys, I can't tell you enough. You know, everybody wants to build a podcast around superstars, but sometimes the superstars that you have are your friends. And one of my closest friends was an original Runnin Rebels championship player for perhaps one of the greatest basketball teams of all time, the UNLV Runnin Rebels of the 90s, Mr. Sean Watkins. I call him Sean Fitzgerald Watkins, but that's not his middle name. Welcome to the pod, brother.
Man, thank you so much for having me, man. I'm so happy to be here, very appreciative. I've known this guy, 20 something years, pushing 30 something years. And man, it's amazing. And I was excited when he decided, just to let you guys know, I was excited when he said he was going to do this, because he and I talk sports almost to nauseum, just talking casual conversations. And when he said he was going to do this, I was so excited. So definitely happy to be here. Appreciate you, my brother. And man, I'm ready to get into it.
Yeah, man, these conversations that we're going to have are conversations you and I have alone, to be honest. And it's just going to be different for other people who are going to be able to watch it with us. Last week was really interesting. Really interesting. We had Kenyon Martin and Draymond Green get into it. I think I even saw that one of the people online created a fake video game that they simulated it, like if they replaced Kenyon Martin with Draymond Green and the Warriors didn't win a championship according to the statistics. So let's talk about it, man. Kenyon Martin, fantastic player from our generation. Draymond Green, 4-time champion. Is Kenyon making a point about NBA tough guys back in the day? Just for those who don't know, Kenyon was saying that Draymond's not a real tough guy. He calls him a fake tough guy. That's Kenyon. I mean, Kenyon, if you don't know about that life, go ahead and hit YouTube and Google his antics. He was about that life. So I posed the question to you, bro. Is Kenyon Martin, is he right? Did he have a point? Is Draymond a fake tough guy? And was Kenyon Martin better than Draymond Green?
Man, a lot to unpack right there. Okay. So let's answer the question if Kenyon Martin was better than Draymond Green first. And I would say statistically, if you look at his numbers, absolutely. But the style of play was a lot different. Kenyon Martin had to be the big rebounder, the defender. He had to guard a lot of multiple positions like Draymond does right now. But the position was different. He's not there to shoot. He's not there to shoot an open jumper if it becomes available. It's to pound the glass, feet in the paint. But he had to hold his water per se and had to score his own. Draymond doesn't have to do that. It's a different game. So in terms of skill wise, I would say Kenyon Martin is better from a scoring aspect, probably from a rebounding aspect. But then when you go to the way the game is being played now, you got to give the edge to Draymond. Draymond's a better passer. He's probably a better three-point shooter. The way he manipulates the game and affects the game defensively and offensively. So he's better in that sense. But I'd say overall skill level, I'd give the edge to Kenyon. But like I said, the game has changed. You have to look at it like this from this perspective. If I drop Draymond Green in Kenyon's era, I'm not sure Draymond would be effective. But likewise, I don't think if you drop Kenyon in this era, I don't think he would be as effective. So but as far as skill wise, I got to give it to Kenyon. I think he's a better basketball player, but for this day and age, definitely Draymond's better suited for it.
Well, Kenyon Martin was an explosive player. He obviously didn't have the same passing prowess, and he also didn't play with the best 3-point shooter of all time. But I think Kenyon's main point, if I'm not mistaken, is that Draymond's not about that life. That he's not gonna smack somebody for real and wait for you in the hall. That's Kenyon Martin.
Right.
You say something to him that's sideways, he's gonna meet you at your car.
Right. You're absolutely. I think the first question comes from when you're talking about Draymond being a fake tough guy. Who's to say whether someone's fake tough or not? It's like you don't see him outside of that. But you're absolutely right. Kenyon Martin, he's the type of guy, he's about that smoke. He came up in the under the Charles Oakley, Buck Williams, Maurice Lucas age. He's watched those players and how they were bruisers, and he came into that. So he's under that tutelage. Draymond Green, not so much. So yeah, Draymond Green is feisty. He's tough. I would say he's the type of tough guy you need for this era, but he is definitely not tough guy Kenyon era, Kenyon Martin type tough guy.
Hey man,
So
you're going in a hold on now. You're going in another direction because you're talking about guys that would tear a phone book in half. If you're gonna if
exactly.
you're gonna mention if you're gonna mention those guys, you're not even talking about Xavier McDaniels,
Ooh,
right? You're not
oh,
talking about
goodness.
who was Jordan's sidekick in Chicago before they traded him?
It was Charles Oakley. Yeah.
Charles Oakley. Those type of guys. I don't even know if they have a place in today's NBA, but in my opinion, those were real live tough guys.
Yeah, exactly. To your point, that's what, and to Kenyon's point, calling Draymond a fake tough guy, I could see that may be a little harsh. I just don't think this game today requires that. But Kenyon Martin, yeah, I would have to say he's probably right in terms of he's not that real. I want all the smoke. I'll slap you in the game or after the game, or if I see you in the summer. He's that guy. Oh, you was talking trash game 45, and what's up now? And he'll smack you. I think I've heard Charles Oakley even say that to this day, and Charles Oakley's got to be in his 60s. These guys are really about it. They want all the smoke. And Draymond's not like that, but he doesn't have to be. I think the game has moved and evolved past that to where you don't need those
Yeah.
type of tough guys. So to answer your question and go back to it, yeah, he's a fake tough guy in terms of the toughness that we know is tough. what we grew up, you and I grew up in. We came across the middle. All right, young buck, don't come across here again. You gonna catch one of these.
Sharp
And
elbow.
it was real. It was real, you know.
Yeah,
Whereas today, you don't have to do that. So in terms of what he said, I absolutely agree.
I actually
Fake
side
tough
with you
guy.
on this. I think
Yeah.
fake tough guy, and I'm a Warriors guy, and I still have
Yeah.
to stand by you. If we go back to Malice in the Palace, Stack Five, Meta World Peace, those guys were really about it.
And shout out to Stack Five. I don't know if he'll hear this, but I tell you, I even though that was a bad situation, you knew he was about it. When he was in the stands and he had his arm around his teammate, punching the guy in the stands, I was like, oh yeah, that's if that's not brotherly love, I got you. I don't know what else is, bro. I really don't. So shout out to
This
Stack
isn't a.
Five.
This is not the segment for this, but he's on my top five all teammate list. Just so you
Oh
know,
my God.
Stack
Oh
Five.
yeah.
Stack
He's
Five
another
is one.
conversation.
That's another conversation. So I think we're
Yeah.
both in agreement on that. I don't even know if it's
Sure.
really a hot take, but we'll call it one. I think we have to side with Kenyon Martin, man, because you know what's wild is if Draymond said something too sideways about Kenyon Martin today, Kenyon Martin would meet him somewhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I absolutely he would say, "Hey, when are you in LA? Let's." He even said it. I think I saw his video that Kenyon did addressing some stuff after Draymond's video, and he's, "Come on, let's talk about it." He was friendly. It felt condescending, but he was like, "Yeah, let's just talk basketball." And I'm like, "Man, I don't know if Draymond wants to do that. This dude he might be a little nuts." But he is definitely about that smoke, bro. He definitely is. Yeah, I wouldn't say too much about Kenyon Martin. And I actually met him. Great guy. Met him one time at an outing my friend was having, and nice, great guy. But oh yeah, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to test him at all.
Is Kenyon six? Is he 6'10"?
Oh, easy, easy, and still in great shape. Yeah, still
That's
in great
incredible.
shape.
That's
So
incredible.
yeah.
So I think we're both
Mhm.
on the same side of this fence. We're gonna side with Kenyon Martin, also for our
Yes,
health.
absolutely, absolutely. I like to walk. I like all my internal organs to work function. I like for all of them to function and work properly. So I don't want any problems.
Absolutely. Let's move on to our next topic, man.
Sure.
I said it last week. These kids today, these next generation players, are
Mhm.
something different. I talked about the next generation that's taking control of the NBA and that are using that little broom to kind of sweep along the current level of superstars, your Kevin Durant's, your Steph Curry's, your LeBron James, how they're getting moved aside. And I just wanted to ask you, man, when we're looking for what the top 5 next gen players are, who stands out in your mind? Because I know who stands out in mine. So I'll pose the question to you. Who's your top 5 next generation players for now? Usually players under 25. So
Okay. Well, I think we're both going to side. You're going to be on my side with with the people I list. Of course, at the top of that list is Victor Alien Wemby. That
one of
guy
one.
he is ridiculous. Like he is next gen all the way. He's going leaps and bounds. It's unfortunate that he's hurt right now, but he's absolutely ridiculous. Jumping from damn near the paint to block a 3-point shot is unheard of. And then just jumping outside of the paint to dunk the ball and then shooting a step back three. Who does that at 7'5"? It's ridiculous. So he's definitely on my list. Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, of course, reigning MVP, Shea Gilgeous, goes without saying. This guy is incredible. I like Paolo Banchero too. I think he's one of those ones. I don't really watch a lot of his games until they play my team, the Lakers, or he plays your team, the Warriors. So I really don't see a
Yeah.
lot of him, but he's on that list. My my guy though, and I am a don't tell anybody, but I'm a closet Detroit Pistons fan. And my guy is Cade
I know where
Cunningham.
you're
This guy,
going.
this guy.
Say it again. Say it again.
Cade Cunningham. And I knew he was going to be special because I saw him at Oklahoma State in college, and I was like, this guy's got it. He's versatile, not afraid of the moment, is a really good basketball mind, and I just saw his progression. I just continued to see him grow, and oh man, this guy's He's incredible. He's incredible.
He is
Those I think
incredible.
that's 5. I named those 5, and then, of course, I got an honorable mention that I wanted to name,
Mhm.
um, just sticks out in my head, and it's Cooper Flag. I think Cooper Flag is I'm watching him play, and he's really playing out of position, and he's doing a terrific job with Dallas. It's not resulting in wins, but he's doing a terrific job in what he's doing. Learn. I think Jason Kidd is setting him up to be able to play at this position and make him more versatile. And I know he's been playing point guard, and he's a pimply faced 18-year-old. So he's honorable mention. He's coming, and you best believe the league better be ready. He's because now Jason Kidd's armed him with that point guard trial by fire, so he's gonna be ready for anything. So that's my top 5 right there. Top 5 with the honorable mention. What say you?
I guess the most frustrating part about talking to a man of your intellect is that a lot of your picks are my picks, and this is frustrating because we don't really have anything to go. I don't really have anything to go off. It's so frustrating.
I'm sorry. We think a lot alike with that. I don't see anybody else right now. And there's a lot of great young players, don't get me wrong, but I just don't see anybody else that's has the capability, or at least haven't shown the capability to take the reins and be that next 5 under 25 to take over the league and be that poster child like we're so accustomed to with the Kevin Durant's and the Steph Currys and the LeBron Jameses of the world. I just don't see anybody else yet. But they are out there. There's a lot of great players out there that's making a name for themselves. But that 5 right there, yeah.
So let me give you mine. I have Wemby, obviously. I think we omitted Luca because he's in a current superstar, future
Right.
superstar mode. So omitting him isn't a rub against his talent. He's just already there. Ant Man, SGA, Paolo, Cade. I have Cade at the top of my list. He's a dog.
Yeah.
And Cooper Flag, you made a great point. These guys on any given night can give you 30 and dominate a game. And Detroit's not even really getting any face time on TV. Like they don't have many national games. They're just dogging people out in the dark and silence.
Man, it's unbelievable. But nobody expected that, and I think that's why. We knew they would be good because I think they
Yeah.
took the Knicks in the playoffs. I think they took the Knicks to the brink. I don't know if it was game 6, game 7. I'm not sure if it was game 7 or not. I think it was game 6. But they really pushed the Knicks and gave them everything. And we were thinking, oh yeah, the Knicks should go right through them. But no, Detroit was like, not so
No.
fast. And
No, not
so,
today.
yeah. And so now they're coming out and man, and they've got the pieces in my estimation. Maybe a three-point shooter away. They already have what's his name? Duncan Robinson
Duncan
from the
Robinson.
Heat. So he's a good three-point shooter, but they may need one
He's a
more.
great three-point shooter.
Exactly, exactly. Maybe one more person, but I think they're right there. But yeah,
Yeah. This list, my list is your list, which is wild, right? I think the most interesting thing about Wemby is that when he doesn't play, it makes a weird hole in the game
mhm,
because now teams, oh, I don't have to plan for Wemby tonight, which is wild, right? Like the
right.
last time I think we heard those types of conversations was Steph,
Hmm.
LeBron, Jordan, Bird. Oh, we don't have to
Right.
we don't have to scheme for those guys tonight because when Wemby's on the floor, you have to scheme your whole defense around what Wemby's going to do. Would you agree?
And I would totally agree. And more than your defense, I think it's your offense. Because the better teams in the NBA are they're gonna be a lot of three-point shooting, but they want to get feet in the paint and then kick out for threes. Or try to get something at the rim if their three-point shooting is not as great as some of the other teams. And when he's in the game defensively, there's nothing at the rim easy. And so you have to really game plan. So defensively, yes, he's a monster on that end as well. You got to figure out what we're going to do with this guy at 7'5". But
Yeah.
I think offensively is really difficult because now your big is, I don't want to say useless, but it's very difficult to get baskets around the paint when he's down there patrolling.
Yeah, I would say that for every block shot he has, and some nights he'll have 5 or 6, for every block shot he has, he alters 3 to 4 shots that he doesn't block.
Oh,
So if
oh
he
yeah,
has 5 blocks in a game, that's 15 to 20 shots that he's altered in a game.
exactly.
That's the amazing part about Wemby. So I think we're both on the same page of that. The NBA is in good hands. I think people worry about what the next generation is going to look like, but with these 5 guys, and there's more on the way, there's more we didn't mention, I think the NBA is going to be fine. All right, let's get to your favorite your favorite conversation for your player. This guy, for those who don't know, this guy bleeds purple and gold. If you cut him on the neck, he'll bleed gold and purple. Okay, he's a Laker
For
fan through and
sure.
through, but he's from LA, so that's okay. It's okay if you're from somewhere. It's not like he's from Wisconsin and he's a Laker fan. Let's talk about LeBron James. Okay,
Yes,
LeBron
sir.
James is in the winter of his NBA career. Everyone knows this. For those that don't know, he has not yet mentioned that he's going to be retiring. He's entering his 23rd year, and he's putting up numbers, and the Lakers are winning, which is a win-win for everybody involved. So I want to ask this question to you, S. Dot. What does end of game look like for LeBron James? He's going to be very, very good for the Lakers this year. LeBron James medium is still most players' best. So what does an end game look like for LeBron James as he's in his 23rd year?
It's hard to say because he doesn't look like he's slowing down. I know he's got the had the back issue and didn't start the season, but he's man, he in game for him, I would have to say, I really feel like he's not gonna make a big deal about, announcing retirement. It's one of those feeling things for him. I think when he feels it and he's ready and he doesn't love it. But for him, it's just I think he rides off into the sunset. I think he's got a younger son, Bryce, who's at the University of Arizona. He's got his youngest daughter. I think she's playing volleyball, but she's getting into sports a little bit. Of course, Bronny is with the Lakers. I think he's on a two-way. I think he's gonna be the ultimate family man, which he already is. Um, and he's gonna just I think right off into the sunset. Him and Maverick are gonna do their thing, executive producing all kind of specials and shows, and he's gonna do wonders in that, and we'll see him at sporting events as long as his kids are playing. He'll be cheering them on. So that's what I think his retirement's going to look like once he's done. He's just like I said, living his life, enjoying. I hope that he's outside more, doing more interviews, doing more podcasts like this. Hint, hint.
Could
if
you
we can, if
imagine?
we
Could
can
you
do that.
imagine if we got LBJ?
Oh,
I'd be
oh my
stoked.
God! Hey, man, that's why it's great.
It's not what you do, it's how you do it, right? And I
Sure.
think you and I have talked about this off book. We've talked about how LeBron is just hovering still into the NBA, and
Mhm.
how if he were to announce that he's going to be closing the book on his career, that I think every team would roll out the red carpet and celebrate him on road trips. They would do the whole
Sure.
Kareem thing. For those that don't recall, because you're probably too young, when Kareem decided to retire, every destination for the Lakers was a party, right? Because they just celebrated Kareem's greatness. I do think LeBron deserves that. I think he deserves to be celebrated for what he's deposited into the NBA. It's not my life. I don't like holding everyone hostage. I know hostage is a strong word, but it's the internet. Holding everyone hostage over what his next steps in his career is going to be.
Yeah, and I can understand why you feel that way, but I look at it from this perspective. He is, like I said, he's year 23, which is phenomenal, but he's in great shape, and he's still with the team that they have presently constructed. They have an opportunity. They have a chance. I'm not saying that they're favored. Don't get me wrong. I am a Laker homer. I love the Lakers. I've been watching them since I was 8, 9 years old. But they have a shot with him on the team, and the guy still wants to win. Is it holding them hostage? Maybe that's too strong of a word, but he really just wants to. I believe he just really wants to try to go out on top, win a championship, be that type of player. I think he's been trying to be this type of player that he is now for the last 5 years, but nobody has ever stepped up to do that. Now you have Luca, and he can take the background. And he doesn't have to, I mean, he's chilling. 15 points, I think, last game. While Luca and Austin Reeves, which he's a topic for another show, they go nuts. And so it's great. So it's great for him. So my thing is he's I understand the hostage part of it, but I think he just wants an opportunity to win. And I think like the whole parade thing, like they did with Kareem, I don't
Yeah.
think he wants that. I don't think he wants that. And here's why I say that. If he still wants to be competitive and try to win a championship, that becomes a big distraction because every city you go to, they're going to roll out the red carpet. They talk about retiring your number. It's a longer wait time to get on the floor. We're cheering for LeBron. Oh, great, that's great. Every city, it can become cumbersome. So at the end of the day, I don't know if he really wants that. I think he wants to ride off into the sunset, and I think that would be nice because he deserves it. But if he's still competitive and he wants to try to win, that can become a huge distraction, in my opinion.
You're cooking. It's an interesting thing. What I think a wise man once said: "Find something in life that you love and let it kill you." And I
Right.
think I think LeBron can do that. I think he loves the game, and
Mhm.
and that's the part I love about him is his love of the game. I still love the game. At my age, I still play. I played 3 times this week. My back feels like loose nuts and bolts, right? Because I love the game. That's just
Right.
what it is. I think on floor, LeBron as a utility player right now is
Mhm.
the most dangerous great thing for the Lakers. When
Sure.
he's scoring 15, 8, and 8, and Luca and AR 15 and everybody's balling out. I think AR missed 3 shots the other night. When he's doing that, I mean, you can just look at LeBron and go, he can do this for another 3 years. As a utility guy, if he doesn't have to carry the mantle, I think you said this to me in a private conversation. Like, wouldn't you still do it if you could? And I was like, damn, bro, yeah, I would because I love the game, and Bron loves the game. And when you love the game, you
Right.
don't want to let it go. So that part of me, like, it almost feels emotional. Like I want to wrap my arms around that part of it because I want to play as long as I physically can. And LeBron, who I don't think gets enough flowers for his ability to continue to play at this level, being in his 40s, is incredible to me. Me and you've joked off camera like this guy's probably doing all kinds of stuff off the floor to just be available, but he's doing it. So you make a great point. Maybe he doesn't want the Kareem type of send off, but the point is, man, he loves the game, and if he still has something to give to it, by all means.
I tell you, I'm that kid that's looking through the fence that wants to play. I can't play. My knees are like they feel like Hulk smashed both of them. Like it's terrible. Like it just I can't do anything. I can't run. I can't jump. I might be able to shoot a free throw. That's about it. But I love the game so much, and so I know me, just a regular old guy who loves basketball, wants to play. I can only imagine a guy who's 6'9", 270, who can still run like a deer and can still be effective, what he wants to do. So I say, why not? I get your point. Yeah, you're holding the team hostage, but at the same time, it's man, let this guy let him cook, let him do what he wants to do. He's earned it. He spent, and I was thinking about this. I'm like, okay, he'll be 41 in December. He
Yeah.
spent more than half his life in the NBA. Came into the NBA at 18. So had more than half of his life is spent in this league. So let him do what he wants to do. So that's my take on it.
Sean, this is why you're here, man. That's a half his life in the league. And for those who've never seen LeBron James in person, I have. I've seen him in LA live.
Mhm.
Seeing him on court is different. If you've been to a Laker game, seen him on court.
Right.
Seeing him amongst plebeians, just walking around amongst moms and dads and children, it's like watching a god among boys
Man,
because he's
I can
so
only imagine.
physically gifted. Like he's all of 6'9". He's built like a refrigerator. His arms and shoulders are huge. And I'm not small. You're not small. We're not small people. I'm 6'4", 260. This dude is huge. And I'm like, he plays basketball? So his physical gifts allow him to do things that us mortals can't. Sean, we're coming up on time. I want to
Sure.
thank you for being a part of this, man. You're going to be back often. As long as you'll continue to do it. Guys, we're only going to keep getting better. If you like watching people build something from the ground up, from athletes who played, this man has a championship and was a hell of a shooter for the UNLV Rebels. If you like watching that sort of thing, man, stick around, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. For Sean Watkins, I am Betamax84, and we will catch you on the flip side.